Hello and welcome to this Christmas friendship bracelet tutorial. In this tutorial I will show you how to create a bordered chevron bracelet using these three colors, these Christmas colors: white, red and green. So I have the yarns which have a length of about 70 centimeters, that is about 28 inches. And the first step will be to create the bracelet loop. So I will grab the beginning and the end of the bracelet. So my bracelet will be about my loop will be about this long, and I will grab the ends of the loop and start twisting the yarns like this. And now I will find the middle of the loop like this, and I will fold the two the two halves of the loop, and I will let go like this, and as you can see, the yarns will twist around each other like this. And now I will make a knot here, a simple overhand knot at the basis of the loop, this way. And this is what my bracelet loop looks like. And now I will separate the yarns. For the borders I will use the green color. And I will put the green color on the outside, whereas for the chevrons I will use white and red. So in order to create the borders, I will make a forward and a backward knot on the left yarn, green yarn, and a backward and a forward knot on the right green yarn. Whereas with the chevrons in the on the inside of the bracelet, I will make forward knots on the left side and backward knots on the right side. So let's begin. In order to make a forward knot, I will create the shape of the number 4 like this. I will put my finger under the red yarn, I will grab with my nail the green yarn, take it out through the loop, and I have made a forward knot. For the backward knot, I will create the number 4 in the mirror. Again, I will put my finger under the red yarn, grab the green yarn with my nail, and make the knot. And as you can see, the green yarn has remained on the outside. With the other green yarn I will make a backward knot, so the number 4 in the mirror, and a forward knot. And again my green yarn has remained on the outside. And now let's create the chevrons. I will begin with a red chevron, so I will make a forward knot and a second forward knot like this on the white yarn, and I brought the red yarn in the middle here. The other red yarn will be used to make 2 backward knots on the white yarn, so 1 and 2 backward knots. And here in the middle I can make either 2 forward knots or 2 backward knots, or a forward and a backward knot, or a backward and a forward knot. So it is your choice what kind of knot you want to make. Here I will make 2 forward knots like this, and I have created the first chevron. So I created the green border and the first chevron. Now let's make again the border, so a forward knot and a backward knot. This way. On this side a backward knot and a forward knot. And now with the white yarns I will make 2 forward knots here, 1 and 2, and 2 backward knots here, 1 and 2. and here in the middle 2 forward knots, 1 and 2. And now let's see what the bracelet looks like. Let's see from a closer distance. So as you can see, we have a green border, and in the middle we have alternating red and white chevrons. So let's continue making another red chevron. So I will begin with the border, so I'll make a forward knot, a backward knot, on this other side I will make a backward knot, and a forward knot, and with the red yarn I will make one forward knot, the second forward knot, one backward knot, the second backward knot, and here in the middle one forward knot and a second forward knot. So I created the third chevron, and I will continue making the green border and the chevrons until I obtain the desired length of my bracelet, and then I will show you how to make the tie. And now that the bracelet is ready, let's create the tie. So I will separate the yarns like this, and I will start braiding. I will create 2 ties. And now I will make a knot. I will take the scissors and cut. And I will also braid the other tie. And now I will make the second knot. And I will cut again the yarns at the same length, this way, so that the end of the tie is just as long on both sides. And now let's see the finished bracelet. This is what the bracelet looks like. So these are the ties, the braided ties, and here we have the loop. In order to close the bracelet, I will open the twisted. So as you can see, the loop is twisted like this. I open the loop, and I will take one of those ties, put it through the loop like this, and I will make a knot here. And my bracelet is ready. And this is what the finished bracelet looks like, the Christmas bracelet. I will show you how to create a candy stripe friendship bracelet for Christmas. So as you can see, I have used green, red and white for the bracelet, and I have used some yarns that are about 70 centimeters, 70 to 75 centimeters long, that is about 28 inches long. So the first step will be to create a knot at the place where the bracelet will start. So I'll make this knot here, this way. So this will be my bracelet tie, and from this point here I will begin making the bracelet. I will grab the yarns with a clamp and I will separate the yarns so that I can start making the candy stripe Christmas bracelet, like this. So in order to make the candy stripe bracelet, I will create only forward knots. A forward knot will move my yarn forward. So from this place here, it will move the yarn forward until it gets here on the right side. So it moves forward from the left to the right. And in order to create a forward knot, I will create the shape of the number 4 like this. I will put my finger under the yarn this way. I will grab the other yarn like this and I will create a knot. So this is the first knot, and I will create a second knot this way. And as you can see, my yarn has moved forward from this place to this place. Now I will make another forward knot, so the shape of the number 4. I will put my finger under the white yarn, grab with my nail the red yarn and create another knot. And I will also create another forward knot this way. And I have moved the red yarn forward. Now again, I will make the shape of the number 4. I will put my finger under the green yarn, grab the red yarn, and I make a forward knot. And the second forward knot. And again, I will make one forward knot. And the second forward knot. This way. So as you can see, I have moved the red yarn forward from the left side to the right side. Now I'll take the second red yarn and I'll make forward knots. So one forward knot, the second forward knot, one forward knot, and the second forward knot, one forward knot, and the second forward knot, one forward knot, and the second forward knot. And now I have moved my two red yarns to the right side. Now I will take the white yarn and do the same forward knots. So one forward knot, the second forward knot, one forward knot, the second forward knot, one forward knot, the second forward knot, and one forward knot and the second forward knot. This way. And now let's use the green yarns. So one important thing is to always put your yarns in order, because if the order of the yarns mixes, the design of your bracelet will also get mixed up. So again, let's make the number 4 like this, and one knot and the second forward knot, one and the second, one and a second, one and a second, and with the last green yarn, one forward knot and a second, one and a second, one and a second forward knot, and on the last yarn one forward knot and the second forward knot, like this. And now let's begin again with the red yarn. So let's put them, as I said, in order so that the yarns do not get mixed up. And let's continue making forward knots again with the red yarn. This way. And now let's look at the design from a closer distance, our Christmas design. So as you can see, we have red, white and green, and again the pattern will repeat. We'll again have red yarns, then a white line, a white stripe, and again green stripes. So I'll continue making these stripes in red, white and green until I create the bracelet in the desired length, and then I will show you how to create the tie and how to close the bracelet. And now that I have created finished the bracelet, I will make the bracelet tie. So I have these yarns here, and in order to make the bracelet tie, I will separate the yarns and I will start twisting the yarns. As you can see, I am twisting the yarns to the left side. I will also twist the green and the white yarns also to the left side. And now I will take the two yarns and twist them to the right, so to the opposite side, around one another. And now I will make a knot at the end of the tie here. This way. I'll cut the yarns, and one of the ties is ready. And now I will open this knot here and I will create a tie the same way. So I have these yarns here. I will cut the yarns like this. I will grab those yarns and I will twist them to the left, so both these yarns will be twisted to the left, and when I twist them around one another I twist them to the right, so to the opposite side. So each of these yarns are twisted to one side, and when I twist them around each other I twist them to the other side, to the opposite side. And the green yarns will also be twisted to the left, just like the red yarn. And now I will take the two yarns and twist them around one another, but in the opposite direction, to the right. So each of them separately was twisted to the left, and when I twist them around one another they are twisted to the right. And now I will make a knot at the end of my I have made a knot at the end of my tie. Like this. I cut the yarns like this. Let's cut the other end of the tie at the same length, like this. And now I have finished the bracelet and I have made the tie. In order to close this bracelet tie I have two options. One option would be to make a simple knot like this, an overhand knot, so I can make a double knot if I want to make sure that it doesn't open. Or I put my finger this way, I go around my finger with the tie like this, I make a knot this way, so I have created a knot like this. I take the other tie, put it through the knot, and now I tighten this knot, and as you can see my other tie will go through this knot this way. So as you can see I have created a simple sliding knot for the bracelet, and the Christmas bracelet is ready. And this is what the Christmas bracelet looks like. I will show you how to create a diamond friendship bracelet for Christmas. I will use a red and green, and I will use these yarns that have a length of about 70 to 75 centimeters, that is about 28 inches, and then I have cut the red yarns a bit longer. I added 15 to 20 centimeters more for the red yarns. And now I will create the loop. In order to create the loop I will establish where the loop begins and ends, and I will start twisting the yarns. Like this. And now I will superpose the two ends of the loop, and as you can see the loop twists like this. And at the basis of my loop I will make a knot. This way, and this is my loop. And now I will grab the yarns like this, and I will separate the yarns. I will put the red yarns in the middle and the green yarns on the left and on the right. And now I will begin making 2 green dots. I will make a forward knot by creating the shape of the number 4 like this. I'll put my finger under one of the yarns, take the other yarn through this loop like this with my nail, and I will tighten this knot. Now I will make a backward knot. I'll create the shape of the number 4, but in the mirror I put my finger under this yarn, I grab with my nail the other yarn like this, take the yarn out through this loop, and I have created the backward knot. Now I will make here a forward knot, so the shape of the number 4. I put my finger under this yarn, grab with my nail the other yarn and make a knot, and then I will make a backward knot. The number 4 in the mirror, and I will grab this yarn like this, take it out through the loop and tighten this knot this way. And now with the red yarns I will make 2 forward knots. So I'll create the shape of the number 4. I will grab the yarn like this and create 1 knot and another forward knot, the second knot, this way. And now I will create backward knots on the left side. So I will make the number 4 in the mirror, I will make 1 knot and another backward knot, I have moved my red yarn to the left, and I will make 1 backward knot and the second backward knot. This way. And as you can see, my red yarn is on the left side. With the second red yarn I will make forward knots, so I'll create the shape of the number 4 like this. I'll take the yarn out through this loop and I will make 1 knot, the second knot, and here I will make forward knots again, 1 knot and the second knot. And now, as you can see, my red yarns are on the outside. And now I have these green yarns here. I will make 2 forward knots with the green yarns in the middle. So I create the shape of number 4 and I make 1 forward knot and the second forward knot. And with these 2 yarns here I will make 2 backward knots on this side, on the left side. So 1 backward knot, the second backward knot, this way, and with the 2 yarns on the right side I will make forward knot, so one forward knot and the second forward knot. And now I have these two yarns in the middle. I will create one forward knot and the second forward knot. And I have created the diamond in the middle. And now I will take the red yarn and make forward knots on these green yarns. I'll make one forward knot, the second forward knot, one forward knot, the second forward knot, and backward knots on this side. One backward knot, the second backward knot, one backward knot, the second backward knot, and here in the middle I will make two forward knots, one forward knot and the second forward knot, this way. So I have created the first diamond, and now I will create two dots on the sides. I will make one forward knot and one backward knot. And on this side I will make one forward knot, one backward knot. Like this. So as you can see, I have created the first diamond, and now I will continue creating other diamonds using the same steps until my bracelet reaches the desired length. So let's make backward knots, so one backward knot, another backward knot, one backward knot, the second backward knot, and my red yarn is on the outside. Here I will make forward knots, one forward knot, the second forward knot, one forward knot, the second forward knot, and my second yarn is also on the outside. And here I will make two forward knots, one forward knot and the second forward knot. Here I will make backward knots, one backward knot and the second backward knot, one backward knot and the second backward knot, and here in the middle I will make two forward knots, one forward knot and the second forward knot. And here I will make forward knots, one forward knot, the second forward knot, one forward knot, the second forward knot, now I have brought the red yarn in the middle, and I will make backward knots on this side, so one backward knot, the second backward knot, one backward knot, the second backward knot, one forward knot, the second forward knot, and I have created the second diamond. And again I will make two dots on both sides by making a forward and a backward knot here, a forward and a backward and a forward knot on this side, on the left side, a forward and a backward knot on the right side, and then again I will make the next diamond. So let's make these dots. I make one forward knot, one backward knot, this way. Here I'll make one backward knot and one forward knot to create another pair of dots on both sides. So now that I have also created the two dots on both sides, I will continue making the diamond. I will use the same steps to create more diamonds until I obtain the desired length of my bracelet for the Christmas bracelet. And then I will show you how to create the bracelet tie. And now that I have finished the bracelet, I will start making the bracelet tie. I will separate the yarns and I will start braiding. And now I will make a knot at the end of the tie. And I will cut. I've made one tie and I will also braid the second tie. And now I will also make a knot here. I have cut the yarns and now let's see the bracelet. So this is the Christmas bracelet, the diamond bracelet. I will open the loop like this. I'll put one of those ties through the loop, and I will make a knot this way, and this is the finished Christmas bracelet. And this is what the finished bracelet looks like, the Christmas bracelet.